welcome all to the September meeting of Sinnerford Town Council. It's on. We got a hot summer. Hopefully we won't have a terrible winter. You never know. But welcome everyone and thanks for giving us your time. We have item number 1, which is to receive apologies. We got 5. And they're from Jeremy Carton, who's on holiday. Roger, our mayor, is working. Chris Brown is feeding babies. And Darren's unwell. And Louise is wherever Louise is.
She just got home from work.
Oh, she?
Can't believe that.
She's our
She told me.
I expect she's going to get her tea. So that's the apologies, 5 apologies, so we'll note them. Item 2 then is declarations of interest, and as to receive any declaration of interest in any matter to be discussed at the meeting. Members and officers are requested for the nature of the interest. So if you've got anything to declare, now's the time to do so. Anyone? July, sorry.
20 items to do with that.
Anyone else? Right, okay, we'll carry on then. Item 3 is public participation session. And I think there won't appear to be any members of the public here, so we'll carry on over that one. Item 4 is Chairman's urgent business. And my urgent business is the wonderful town crier that we got, Geraldine. I just want to let it be known, our congratulations to Ger, Sinnerford's town crier, for his success in Newton Abbot annual town criers competition. Ger took first place on his very first appearance at Newton Abbot competition and also won the loudest cry and the best second cry. So they know where Sinnerford is now in Newton Abbot. So yes, he does a brilliant job, and I just wanted to, I'm sure you know, we send our congratulations and thanks to Ger for being an ambassador for Sinnerford. Super. So item number 5 then is to confirm the minutes of the meeting held on the 8th of July. Are you happy to confirm those minutes? And
Yes.
is it your wish they be so your true and correct record? So we'll do that accordingly. Item number 6 then is any matters arising from that minutes for information only. None? Are you happy with them? Well, I'm going to pull forward now Ray, because Ray got to disappear down to Rusbridge. So I'll open Ray for the county report. Over to you, Ray.
Thanks very much, Ray. Yeah, it's there as Ray, but Neighbourhood Watch Scheme, we're looking for volunteers. If anybody knows anybody's interested, we're doing from Bellevue down to the bottom of the High Street. So anybody's interested or knows anybody, that'd be really, really useful. PSPO, Public Spaces Protection Order for Bellevue, a little bit further down. We're looking at that, but that will take quite a long time, I think. It's quite difficult, not always successful. We had a progress meeting about Forest High School today. Can't update yet, but basically we've got another meeting hopefully soon. There wasn't much to actually state, but we'll see about that. Been working with the lovely Catherine Lyons to regenerate the town. We're also looking for a Fix My Street volunteer. We've been looking through the whole town. I've been in conversations with Catherine as well. And with Annie and a few others, like the state of town centre, the streets, the pavements, overgrowth, stuff like that. So if anybody's that might be interested in putting things on and then maybe sort of working via the town council, that'll be helpful as well. So anything that isn't done, chasing up, I'm sure we'll get dying and everybody to chase everything at district level. We've got a walkabout planned with a couple of the GCC cabinet members from Highways for that purpose, and also the business investment cabinet member Julian Took, see what he thinks. We also had a conversation with Lisa Spivey, the head of GCC, so I'll probably be speaking to you at some stage and so a little bit around the table to see what the county can do. Probably the Highways want to see investment too, but she said she'd look at it as a group and see if there's anything that can come up, especially around funding, stuff like the civic green, civic tidy up, right, civic crime. Anything else? The rest of it's rarely you see, but quite a lot of highways work. Yeah, talk about PCSOs, we're trying to look at that. Just trying to really scrutinise as much as we can, get as much of a fair share of resources and investment for Cinderford. With regards with that as well, I met today on our social care scrutiny committee. I'm hoping to have a big workshop about the substance misuse support here. And so, as I pointed out, Gloucester, which is probably 130,000, Cheltenham 115,000 people, we're at 87,000 people. We only get 2 days a week, and that's just for Cinderford. So they were very open to that. And that's all this stuff is in the works, not 6 times. Probably be able to say things next time we see you. So, yeah, but if you read through, that's mostly it. There's some other stuff.
That's great, thanks. Anybody got any questions for Ryan on any of that? Everyone seems to what we're doing.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm glad to hear that we're talking about substance misuse, because there is a hidden problem and it's right before us, and 2 days a week is not adequate. And they provide workshops and things for people in Gloucester or online, but that's not always accessible for people in the more rural areas. So it is, we need more.
Yeah.
And we used to have more, and that's the sad part about it. And also I've talked to some service users, and I'm sure you have. We're not really getting much desire.
You can feed that back into me some stage.
Yes, I will.
I invite you to workshops as well, just to be able to see
Yeah.
councillors and stuff like
Just
that.
trying to get them to come to meetings as well at the district.
Yeah,
Doesn't.
yeah, it's not really the greatest. There's some issues, isn't there? Like I said, there's just not enough support. Like I suppose if you want to go from Newham, it's an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to get from Sudbury, it's what, 20 miles here. It's just
Yeah.
so,
Exactly.
so.
Anybody else? Thanks for that, Ray. Super, thank you. What was this? So item number 7 is the police officers. I guess that's in the folder. So we'll probably, we got a written report in the folders. So obviously get a chance to have a look at that. We'll receive that written report. And do you want to discuss any additional, if anybody got any issue they want to raise here or send it on so that everyone can send on to the police? If not, we'll carry on. Everybody happy to carry on? Yeah. Item 8 then is the Forestry Market Towns Officer, and that's Catherine. And that's to receive an update by the 8A. So over to you, Kath.
Okay. Well, thank you for letting me come to your meeting tonight. So I've never been to a town council meeting before, so I had my 2-month probation yesterday, and it's been the quickest 2 months of my life, I think. I am your Tuesday girl, so I'm usually in Cinderford on Tuesday. And I've spent the last 2 months trying to get to know some of the traders. I've been talking to the residents in town, getting to know the lovely team here, what some of the issues are, obviously working with our colleagues in county and some other colleagues in the district. Like Ray has said, we've put together a start of a town plan so that we can look at just some ideas that we would hope just to raise the profile a little bit of Cinderford, make it more attractive to the people that live here, but also the people that trade here, in the hope that we can attract some more traders to the town. I've been working with Darren, trying to look at bringing back markets across the whole of the market towns, but especially to Cinderford. So there's some work going on with regards to trying to get some decent producers to come into town on a regular basis. I have done a very, very quick report, but I have put my contact details on there. And if you've got any questions or any ideas, please let me know what you feel is, needed in Cinderford. And I am trying to get together a civic pride group. It's working well in some of the other market towns where the residents and the town council members actually just get out on the streets and start helping to raise the profile and what have you. Walked around with a landscaper today who's had some brilliant ideas, local lad, lives in Cinderford, passionate about Cinderford. So we're looking at all different things just to really regenerate that town centre. But please, contact me with anything that you might want.
We ought to be here, Catholics, to discuss the green town priorities.
The what, sorry?
It says discuss and agree town priorities. Is that on your agenda, though? Got an A down to E on page.
Oh, right, okay. To discuss and agree, that's kind of the plan that we've tentatively put into place, and we will be sharing on the 2nd of October with the county councillors.
Yeah.
So that's a sort of a start, really. The priorities are, like Ray said, it's raising the profile of Cinderford. Dare I say, clean it up a bit, smarten it up a bit, soften it a little bit, make it a bit more inviting. So that's some of the priorities. They're kind of all interlinked in a way.
It's a plan of the plans.
Yes.
Maybe old people say shake the cold stuff.
Well, who knows? Who knows? Yeah. But I will, probably a bit like Ray, when I come back to, if I'm invited back to the October meeting, I think I'll have something a bit more meaty that I can then show you then.
Can I just, I'm asked on numerous occasions, mainly from my own family driving around town, why are we letting Brian Winkle's shop go down like it is and it's not clean? It's been dead for so many years and nothing's been done to it. It's falling inwards, I think, and it sort of draws attention to.
Which shop's that? Sorry.
It's opposite.
Forest also care, isn't it?
Opposite Lidl's.
Oh, I know.
It's quite the old piece of business, what can you
We did do recently a town centre audit where one of my colleagues from the district council and myself, we literally walked around every building looking through windows in empty buildings. So we have a really, really good view of, because some of those buildings are actually derelict, they look okay from the outside, they've got no roofs on and there's trees growing on the inside. So that was a piece of work that was worth doing. I am desperately trying to liaise with some of the landlords, but as you can imagine, but we have built up at least a channel of communication with some of them that perhaps has fallen by the wayside. And we're hoping that our colleagues from county and what have you may have some additional advice that we can perhaps push those landlords a little bit further than perhaps they could push before.
Yeah. Well, I agree with what you're saying, but I don't know what we can do, but our owners are hourly. And if they don't choose to do with it or sell it, what can that, how do you do? I mean, the stock in there got to be archaic, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
It certainly predates LED. You won't put an LED bulb or anything. There you go. So, what's the rest of it to go down to E? Kath, do we need to agree or discuss anything else with you on that one? Or?
Yeah, so Emma has the details of the submission for the Rural Prosperity Fund.
Okay.
And we are looking, and that was why I took the landscape around today. There is a pot of £10,000 that every market town has had access to. The closing date has gone, but we were aware that there was a lot of work to be done trying to suss out what that should be spent on. And perhaps we're looking at some ideas for the immediate triangle to try and soften it, look at climate, add a bit of shade, perhaps improve some of the planting and tidy up that area as a starter. And that quote will be coming through hopefully by the 2nd of October. But as soon as that does, obviously I can give that to her for you to agree. But it is a pot of money that we need to use.
Yeah.
I mean, what can we use it on apart from just plans? Because one thing we do get complimented on is our plans.
Yes.
We prefer it. That's one thing. So can we use it for something else? What are the conditions? What are the list of things we can use it for?
It's not for capital, is it?
So when we discussed it at council before the submission date, you suggested things for trying to fill the clock tower, and that was rejected.
I'm thinking signage and things like that to actually
Yes.
point, rather than flowers, which we've got loads of living flowers, things like signage to point at the shops and,
Yeah.
we've discussed this before.
That is definitely what I discussed with him today. And in the triangle where you've got that really tall green notice board, you've got to be almost 6 foot to look at the notices inside. That could be perhaps moved and replaced with a really good town map, but a town map that says fantastic baker down this street, amazing butcher just here, and really Colford have just done something similar, and it's really good. It's pictorial, it just adds something else. But also you've got that gorgeous tree, perhaps some more seating that could be removed when you do your festivals. So this landscaper is taking away lots of ideas just to really, so it definitely is not just about the plants. It's just about making that area more, drawing people in to use that area. And the shop watch scheme, unfortunately, if we go through the official shop watch scheme, it costs each trader £100 to join. However, we've circumvented that in Colford, where the traders have got together and created their own WhatsApp group. So if there's some antisocial behaviour or somebody feels a bit unnerved by somebody, they've got a ping out to other traders saying, I don't feel right, there's something going on in my shop. So actually as colleagues and peers, they are supporting each other. So that's one of the things that I'd quite like to get on board with traders, but I think that's quite a slow burn, is trying to win the trust of all the traders at the moment.
Anybody questions from that? Questions, comments? We think the big priority for us is to try and get something done with the smashed windows and wheel deal, which is nothing but a disgrace, to be honest with you.
And I've had another shop.
I mean, a transfer, even plywood would probably be better.
Yeah.
Easier to put plywood and paint it. It wouldn't look like a spider's web stuck on a window.
Yeah.
It would look like a summer by Beirut.
Sorry. I've had an email back from Tracy Carpenter this afternoon to say that she's looking at selling the lease on that building. And she's got 2 investors that she is showing around the property this week. So I am keeping tabs on her, as is Ray. We've opened up a channel of communication and just a little bit of pressure and a little bit of, look, we're keeping an eye on this, we're not going to go away.
No. It's right in the arms of the town, and it's just the
It's
first thing
all-
you see when you come down through it. You think,
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't give a good outlook of it, in any shape or form. So anybody got anything else they want to ask? Kathy, got anything else?
Nobody did.
Stu?
I've had one question raised to me by a constituent in Sardinia, and if it's not outside the school or something major that we're dealing with already, and they want to know where the telephone box went that was at the bottom of the hill on the right hand side near Alvey Road, near the bus stop. There used to be a telephone box, one of the old type post office plates.
I followed the telephone boxes for years, trying to keep them. Now, when they took that one out, it wasn't an old style one, it was a modern one.
Okay.
So when we adopted the telephone boxes. We didn't adopt that one because I think it was one of the new 80s format ones, so we didn't take it on. But if they're looking at a telephone box, they want to do there's one on Valley Road, which is empty. We've got spare.
It's really good for the pub store.
By the shop.
So what's the scheme for that?
Well, we bought from, we buy them from Quid.
match.
Line from there, sorry.
We bought our PT for £1, but they got to stay in position, and then we can do what we want with them.
So this person could buy one and have it.
No, only a local authority or a community group. We've already bought it, so we've got it now.
So they adopt it and do something with it. Like
So if they have an idea, if they have, it's getting the manpower to do it. You need people with some sandpaper.
Okay.
So, but if you have a look, they're just around the corner from Valley Road Shop.
Right.
You're not having it though. You're not going to have it.
No, you're not having it. I think the scheme,
You're not having it.
plaques or books or a defibrillator or.
Right, sure.
Because there isn't a defibrillator down there.
I think that's what they wanted to do, is they'd rather.
There's a defibrillator in the doctors, but of course when the doctors is shut, there isn't one in the area. But it's raising the funds for a defibrillator, which is probably 1,500 to £2,000. And there's grants for it sometimes. But if you get to give us a shout, we can
Yeah, we'll do.
run it through.
Right.
It is outside go by it, it's looking poorly.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Round the corner from the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep my eye on you.
My telephone box today.
Well, I think funny, in fact, I feel a bit embarrassed because I used to use the bus stop all the time, and yet I didn't really notice that it was gone.
No, it was because it was a new style, it wasn't, so nobody wanted to keep it. And so, we only want to keep the proper old red ones. There used to be an old red one in the triangle, and they didn't adopt it. That's when I first got on the council, it's my first way of using it. But yeah.
The small one, in this case, is that part of it?
That telephone box is
Yes.
it's a size.
Still a good photo.
Yeah.
So, right, before we let Kathy go in, we haven't discussed D yet, which is discuss an introductory zero-bill market rate. Encourage market traders. Mark?
We used to charge £15. We should charge nothing. If we do it for 6 months. But this is what we can't do. Sorry. I've done the market. Set it for free. Under the conditions they bring their own store.
Yeah.
Right? We've got stores, and hopefully we'll have some more stores, which I used to have to set up on Friday morning, which is, that was 10 years ago, I don't feel like it anymore. But I can show them how to put them together, and put them out for them, and people, they can put it on themselves. But then if it gets popular, which hopefully it would, you have to work at some sort of rotation system. If you've got somebody 3 in there every week, that's fine. But as soon as it fills out, you're going to have to rotate it a little bit.
Yeah.
So I propose we get for 6 months, so 12 months.
Very good, yeah.
Well, for 12 months, we've had a free market license.
Yeah.
So I propose for the duration of the license, which was free,
Yeah.
we don't charge anybody under the condition they are not in direct competition with any of those very shops.
Yeah.
And they either bring their own store or they can have a market so they'll have to put their stuff once a show.
Yeah. Is there a second? I'll second. Second, I've got the base there.
Yeah.
I was going to say, should they not make a donation for using our stores?
Bring their own donation.
That's
Bring
the
their
thing.
own, or it's a small fee, a nominal fee. Doesn't have to be a huge amount, but they're using something that belongs to.
Because
Maybe,
they
yeah.
could accidentally drop it and, you know what I mean, something happened to the table.
They're pretty bulletproof.
But we're going to start charging them after the initial.
Well, we'll assess it then, won't we? Because
See how it goes.
Catherine,
You've got to get it
it's
done.
Catherine now. She's looking at asking if they can give the market time to extend the free license period.
Yeah. So
at the end of this license, which has probably got about 8 months to go on now, we could look at it again and see if we get another free license, because the license is about £900.
yeah.
So I think that'd be. But it's up to you if somebody wants to say.
Well, it's been proposed and seconded.
So I take on board Carol's suggestion now that they could donate a £5 if they want to use one of our stores.
It needs to be a nominal fee.
Yeah.
Or should we leave it totally free?
But they can be asked, they don't have to give them a donation. I think that's the way to go. You've got to encourage them. When you're asking for money, it's defeating the object.
I suppose. Yeah. Just for this period, for the duration of this license, which is about 8 months, it's totally free.
See how it goes.
Yeah.
All right, well, so all those in favour, please show. Any against? Any abstentions? That's carried. So what abstentions? Well, two abstentions. Okay. Right, that's still carried anyway, but, okay, we'll not take this abstention. Is that it, Kath, for your?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Thanks a lot. Any help you want, you just say, because obviously we want the town to get back to where it once was, to its former glory. Right, we'll move on to item number 9, reports. I'm asked to receive reports from. First of all, we've had these reports, so the next report is from first.
Councillor Reynolds, so.
Who?
Sorry?
Did you also add anything to the council report?
No, I've sent you an email, but I will, if you wish, very, very quickly summarise it. Just a second. So my main work since I've been coming here in Cinderford was around the school, and that project that got kicked off is now taking on a life of its own. Thanks, Graham, thanks, Di, for coming in on that and bringing in Linda, Robin, Kirsten as well from the county. So that seems to be seems to be going well. Something I'll be coming back to you, because Ray told me that Di, you might wish to help with why the district are housing completely different types of and opposing types of vulnerable people together next door to each other, which doesn't seem to be working very well at all. So we'll be coming back to that in the next couple of weeks. We've been in talks with the Deputy Police and Crime Commissioner about some of the police practice in this area, specifically in relation to drugs, and we weren't very happy with what we heard from up there, so we will be coming back on that one as well. Some good news, nice to get some good news, isn't it? Part of the unanimous vote this afternoon for the Lloyds Bank to be used as a pizza place, so it sounds like Domino's will be moving in there soon, and let's hope that they clean up the outside of that Domino's Bank to be rejuvenating the high street. I'm in talks with JCB to get an engineer down into the forest for a day or two to see if they can formulate a plan which we would then put to GCC or to Greenway and see if we can get one or two of those machines down there. I'm not very hopeful until there's a change unless it's a change of administration at county level to do it, but that's the next sort of local project that we'll be doing. And that's it. Thank you.
Thanks, Stu. Any questions for Stu? Any comments, questions?
Only most of the issues you've raised are really county council issues. They're not something the district council take responsibility for, except housing.
All right.
Just say that.
So, item B then is district council's report.
But to add what Stuart said, some of the things that are happening at the district council are the local plan consultation, which is really important, and they've extended to what date, Jacob, have they extended the district?
Unfortunately, the website still says the 11th.
It's not the 11th.
It's been extended to the 20th.
Yes. So it gives people the opportunity to comment, and it's vital that they do, because although people don't like the idea of extra houses, it's going to happen. So it's really important that a district plan is formulated, because if we haven't got them, it leads to ad hoc development anywhere, because developers put in applications and they get approved because we haven't got a local plan in place. So it's so important that the district council makes a decision around where they believe the houses should go. It's not quite such a contentious issue in Cinderford because we're surrounded by statutory forests, and there's only certain areas that development can take place in Cinderford. So people would welcome a few extra homes, considering there's 2,000 plus on the waiting list. Most of my casework as a district councillor are people that are in overcrowded conditions or are silver or double banding and just there's no houses coming forward, so there's a desperate need for more affordable housing in the Forest of Dean. That we've had a lot more training for councillors in the district lately, and one particularly I drew attention to was about the low-income family tracker training, because it looks at ward level deprivation and it helps a district council community team target wards to put in support for people that are struggling. So that is something hopefully we can get to understand a bit more how that is being effective to target families that are currently really struggling and needing food banks. And this is families that are in work. You know, the assumption is, as we know when we have the presentation from the food bank, a lot of people using food banks now are people in employment and they are struggling. So that should be a bonus, because families will be able to be targeted and hopefully the right support to help them. And protecting residents from domestic and sexual abuse, there's a paragraph on that. It's a priority of the Forest of Dean in conjunction with the county, the Community Safety Partnership, to look at collective ways that partners can work to tackle rural domestic and sexual abuse, because although the numbers aren't so high in rural areas, we have the highest incidence percentage-wise in the forest and anywhere else in the county. So I think it's really important that partners come to get together, and the district council and partners get very much involved in the 16 days of action in November. And I know at times this council has highlighted things where we can, it's about information and showing people there's help and support out there if they need it. And we've got some very good resources in Cinderford that's happening on a weekly basis to support people. And local government review, that is on the agenda, and members are being asked to engage with sessions that are at the moment being put on by the county council, but district councillors haven't been asked their views. So there will be a special meeting at the district council where this Forest of Dean council can put their view forward on their vision, what they'd like to see. I mean, the majority of the councils don't want to go to unitary, but if it still is going to happen, there's been a ministerial reshuffle, so we're not really absolutely sure, but I'm sure it's still on the agenda. And if that's the case, then at least the councillors will be able to have a view which will be combined with other district authorities to be sent to government in November. And then we will hear what decision is made on whether there will be a one unitary outcome or two. Some authorities have met already, like Cheltenham and Stroud, and they've got their preferred options, but the district hasn't had that debate yet, so that's the And then there's the ongoing casework. I don't know if any other councillor wants to add anything.
So we're going to be under pressure, I don't know if councillors remember, but the town council supported maintaining the 40% affordable housing share for Cinderford. That's now under pressure across the district because developers are saying it's not worth our while to do the development unless we can reduce the share of affordable housing, and they will also get out some other requirements like Section 106 requirements. In my view, if developers don't want to develop and provide 40% affordable housing, it's for government to step in and build the housing and make it 100% affordable housing. That's my personal opinion. But as councillors, as district councillors, all we can do is press for the highest. It's not a decision-making role, really, it's more a negotiation role. We can just push for the highest amount of affordable housing that we can get.
Anyone else? Any comments? Really? Well, obviously, I understand what Jake was saying in regards to affordability. Sometimes I do worry about the stipulations on it, where you've got these derelict factories like Army District Factory, Station Street, Anglars, which the kids kept setting further with, often wonder whether, you know, if we relaxed on some of them sites, we might get some development. But I understand what you're saying, we do need affordable housing. I don't suggest anything different for that, just for these sites is almost akin to the American Rust Belt, to be honest with you. But I can remember the late Keith Barr saying to me one time, I'm in it to make money, not lose money. So there's all them factors at play. But I do think we ought to try and do something to get rid of these derelict factors, to be honest with you. Because they're a blot on the landscape, and they're a magnet for kids. And it's amazing to me that nobody has been seriously injured or killed in some of them. But they are a mess. When you look at the station, you can see the roof off that canteen, former boxing club, this asbestos flapping it out. For a modern country, it's a disgrace, to be honest. But so everyone, nobody else got any comments for the district council? The next one then is committee updates. Any committee updates?
The committees haven't met.
They haven't met, okay. Holidays, D is Cindy Fest Working Group. Is that you, Mark?
Yeah, minutes are in the folder.
Minutes in the folder? Okay. The next one is the first year local plan meeting, 13th to 8th, 2025.
That was it in mind.
Jeremy.
Church Hall, maybe. So G then is Forest Fitness Trust, the 10th to 6th, 2020. Anybody inform that one? It's Darren again. So we'll have to wait for Darren to get better. Is anybody else? Okay, we'll move on to item number 10, which is to receive an update from the estates manager, RNS. Where's she going?
Yes, something in a second.
And not make a cake.
Bake cake, okay. So, wait for this to come back. Yeah, we'll move on to correspondence, item 11, and when that's going to come back with number 10. So, first one is receive an update from JPTC AGM. Receive the annual report 24-25 and agree council attendance at the Forest Green Parish and Town Council Partnership Workshops. You're right.
Cheers.
Roger went to the AGM and a copy of the annual report in the folder for you. There's a workshop on the 13th at Coldfield. If anybody's able to attend. So the details
Everyone's
there.
available. Do you need to get around in some of these things and we miss things that everybody else grabbed it? We're on the table in.
I am going to that, so I'll have 4 ears on that night. So if there's anything Cinderford, it will be grand, all right?
Thanks. Thank you. The next one then is to receive details of the Armed Forces Covenant and agree the chairman to sign in, so we're happy to sign that with your permission. Armed Forces Covenant? Yeah, I'd be happy to do that. C is to receive a response and to feedback from the 50-mile-an-hour speed limit on the B4226 Speech Road on ADL traffic.
Sorry, what is ADL?
ADL,
It's the company who dealt with the responses.
what do they do if they go to get that?
So we submitted a response and they said the concerns that you raised and those of other organisations have been in contact with us are appreciated. It's recognised that there is a desire for 40 mile per hour to be implemented in this location and others. Feasibility study has been commissioned to investigate a 40 mile per hour limit within the statutory forest. However, at this stage, GCC and Active Travel do not know the outcome of that. In the interest of road safety and not to delay this scheme, the decision was taken to proceed with the 50 mile per hour limit. Based on existing speed data, police stated they could not support a 40 mile per hour limit. However, they did state they would be in support of 50 mile per hour. This is why GCC has decided to move forward with the proposed 50 mile per hour limit. And then GCC will work to deliver this change as soon as possible.
Yeah, that's a road from Central Bridge to Roadwell Cross. And we as on the road safety liaison group asked for 40 mile limit for the whole central woodland area of the forest because the animals that roam in run across the roads and result in a lot of accidents. So, and obviously the police have always objected to 40, so at least 50 something. So, you know, where there are areas like Cannock Chase and New Forest, Hampshire and Dartmoor National Park get 40 mile an hour, we don't, I don't know. But police have always objected to it from it comes in those ways, but at least we're going to get the 50 on the road, a critical road between Sinford Bridge and Waterloo Cross. Then
Why are they digging their heels in with this?
they think they've got extra work to do. That was always the excuse.
Yeah.
But nobody's asking them to do extra work.
Nobody's worried about, they're not worried about the safety aspect of it, it's just about having to do the work to prop it up.
Well, as I said to you before, back in 2011, a scrutiny committee at Sherwood Hall, chaired by Sean Parsons and then Cotswold County Councillor, agreed to have an advisory speed limit in the forest, which they even kick that along the grass. The rest of it doesn't ever happen then. And they're actually their own scrutiny committee on it recommended it. So that was ignored, wasn't it? So you totally ignored it. That was in 2011. So. The other areas got there was the late 90s, which surprised me.
It's shocking,
It
isn't it?
is really. Jake?
I hope this isn't a tangent, but does anyone know what's happening with reducing speed limits within Cinderford? It seems absurd to get
Well, we've got the 20 mile an hour advisory in the town centre, in the main central bit, but we've always tried to get 30 down through Steamhouse, and Carol has been raising that again to her misery. We're at a warm up down again. But they seem to be reluctant to do it for whatever reason. And you get ambulance like Lisbury on the A48 got 30 mile an hour. But you can see people going through Steamhouse. Well, you can't see anything by the bus. It's a blur.
They overtake at 70 down through Steamhouse,
So
because I have been overtaken by
they
that.
do make me worry sometimes. I've got to say that.
Yeah.
But so that's where we are on that one. So at least we got the 50 mile an hour. We're going to go ahead on that road from Central Bridge to Broadwell Cross, which you'll see no end of trees with flowers around. It's where somebody been snuffed out by trying to avoid an animal. You know, trees don't move. So right, D is to discuss parish speeding and somebody who raised it. To discuss parish speeding and receive information on establishing a community speed watch group and agree a lead councillor and a minimum of 3 volunteers for training. Any volunteers? Are we going to volunteer? We failed miserably last time.
Could you repeat that?
Is to form a speed watch group in Sinford, a community speed watch group, and agree a lead councillor to lead it, and then obviously you need a number of 3 volunteers for training.
put myself forward to volunteer and take out the competition.
I feel if Jeremy was here, Jeremy would be volunteer for this, yeah.
We got one more.
Oh my God.
So we got a volunteer, Jake, and we got Carolyn and Doug Jeremy's pet Sunday park in it, so I think we got the 3 volunteers. We'll see if we can do a better job this time than we did last time. Okay, everybody happy with that? Yeah? Okay. So what's the next one? Is receive a proposal set up the youth council. And we asked with Emma.
Yeah, so I want to look at getting another councillor or 2 councillors, preferably with DBSs, and go into the 2 primary schools with year 5 and 6 and look at very short term, over like a term, of setting up a youth council where we give them a very small amount of money, like £200 each, and get them involved in planning their own like community event, or I know some people like they've done benches, they've done little butterfly gardens, they've done dance-alongs, and then they all get involved, they have a chair, you set it up, you train them on like how you would do a council meeting, and then when they've completed it, they come and sort of present it to the council. Sort of like a way of getting involved. Emma very kindly contacted the GAPT for a summary of how we would do that. and then I've looked into it a little bit more. But I think I'm just sort of asking for permission for what your thoughts are on just contacting the schools to begin with and what their thoughts are.
Any thoughts for Emma? Any support that?
Seems good.
It did happen at County. There was a youth council at County at one time, but it seemed to disappear over the years. I don't know what happened to it, but it did happen in the district, I can't remember.
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
It's a lovely idea to start with young children. We've got 2 primary schools in our county, which is Speed Mills and Forest View. And I think that would be lovely as a starting point. I really think that I think the approach, that would be really
I
good.
think giving them responsibility for a little bit of money and see what they can do with it is really
It's
good.
lovely.
Good idea. I always thought it was a good idea. And the one at County were offered it, but I don't know what happened to that.
Disappeared, didn't it?
I think we had an election and it disappeared. It never happened again. Kath?
I think Concord are doing something similar, which I'm happy to, but I'm very happy to join you and lend my support because that sits very nicely with what I'm trying to do as well. So I'm all yours if you need me.
Well, then we can liaise with Kath and see if we got the best one going.
Brilliant, thank you.
The next one is to discuss a youth club support and a real way forward on that.
That was Councillor Darren Flower, so we'll have that.
So we've got to wait for
agenda
Darren to
for
come
next
back
week.
and, okay. So I'll go over that one then and wait for Darren to come on. G is to discuss, review the winter action plan 25-26 and agree any changes. Well, Roger's a snowboard, isn't he?
Yes, and he's willing to stand again.
That's good.
Give you something to do.
Yeah, he did a good job. So, do we need to,
And then we'll discuss it with the GCC highways, the plan.
yeah. So what do we need to do with it? Do we need to formally adopt Roger again or what?
Yes.
So is there a proposal?
I propose we do.
Proposed by Mark and seconded by Carol. All those in favour, please show. We'll tell Roger we're going to snowboarding again. I hope it don't snow.
Does that include the Father Christmas duties?
Do you know what that year was when we had a good fall snow and there was nurses needed to get served and he was taken there. He was so pleased to be able to do it. The money that they gave him for doing it, he gave it to the charity down in the Triangle because he would have done it one for free.
I remember we picked the late David Bilkin with us, we had a blizzard. They never picked him again.
That's true though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's very true. It was winter. And everybody went out. Okay, so Roger can, yeah, and so then we'll pick up with Roger then.
Yes, highways.
And if Adrian Reed used to always be our JCB man.
Yes, he's still willing to do it.
That's good. We gotta get, yeah, because the year's creeping on in it and beyond before we know it. Right, the H is to receive the Cinepher Rugby Club request for a sponsorship for a new advertising board for us.
Yeah, so this is for their new fencing over at Rugby Club. They want to know if we're prepared to sponsor a 1 metre high board. There are different sizes, so 2.5 metres is £395, 5 metres is £695. And 7.5 metres, £935.
Well, they made such a good job up there, haven't they? We should go for the most we can afford, really.
We always have done it,
Yeah.
We know what your wishes in regards to sizes, that. What you think in regards to sizes?
Yeah, so I've going by what's left in our budget after we've given all the other donations out. I think we need to go for 5 metre, which is £695.
I suppose we do that.
Opposed, seconded by Tim, all those in favour, please show. Any against? Any abstentions? Carried. It's a good thing to do, is we get noticed up there for sure, and as I said, there's going to be a lot more activity up there this year with the new pitch. Which is good for Tim. So, he is a note to congratulate me. Congratulations! Don't worry about it. I've got it. You don't mean nothing. I don't get to drive cattle over Gloucester Cross, so I asked the solicitor that, he said, "Have you tried, but don't tell me what to do it, man."
Do you get a special outfit to wear?
Oh, yeah, the picture will show you all back in the 1800, which you fell apart.
Rotten.
Yeah, let's stick it back together again. But, no, I didn't have anything else. Picture as it belongs.
I just want to congratulate you. Do you get to go to the meeting?
So you could go to the meetings if you wanted to, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah, you do get to go to the meetings. This is what I call 6 or 7 hours of savage amusement. And Stuart will probably be able to confirm that. He sat up there the last bit of the time. I always call it savage amusement. So all council chamber.
And tomorrow.
Well, you go tomorrow, good luck. Okay, so yeah, I did make it. I did 24 years, 24 years in the district, 24 years in the county, enough for any man.
24 years on
I
the
listed a code for punishment. So there you go, you did it. So, item J then is to receive and consider a revised quotation for a fixed CCTV camera.
Okay, so there's 2 quotations in your folder. One's for a fixed camera outside the doors. Previously we've had a trial one there, which was redeployable. Council asked for a fixed price, so that's in your folder, £1,231.26. And also the police have asked for us to consider installing a camera near Gloucestershire College to do with the road outside there and issues with speeding. That's the price.
Thunderbolts there.
That's awful.
There's grants available from Forest and District Council. So I would like to explore that for purchase it ourselves.
Yes.
I think we should have, I've run to them about the cost of the one, and they haven't got back to me, and the one in Newtown, I think we need more information about the crimes, the quantity of the crimes, a lot more information before we consider that.
It would be fun if the caretaker put the old barrier back across.
I was-
Because they can open it in the morning and they can close it when he finishes at night.
We did ask her in the middle of that, but it was still
I
kind
think we can, it's just highway there or something.
something to do with, I don't know, with Dr. Highway,
It's
isn't it?
a mess up there.
Northern way, and it's Dr. Highway, so they probably can't do it. Lynn?
Did you say that the police had asked for a camera down there for speeding? Well, isn't speeding a problem for the police? And why should we be paying for that when they've got money of their own?
They can probably find a fence for a camera as well.
What's your wishes? Mark, what's the other cameras for
Well,
us?
Clark's going to find out.
Yeah.
So
Don't
what,
let them go in there.
you want to explore this grants,
Anything that's more funded, isn't it?
and you bring it back then?
Yeah.
So what do you want to do with the police one? Just explore grants for both, is it?
Well, get more information, because we could do with information of a list of offences. Well, and we spent 1,500 quid on a camera if it's like for 6 things a month.
I did ask them about the barrier, and Andrew Miller come back and said it's a Dr. Highway, you know, it was reluctant to do it.
It's
And
never
so stanchion bars, we still there.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's never going to be a through road, is it?
People spend our money instead of their own.
Well, there was always that order in the case.
So I suppose we defer the both quotes.
So, should we wait back for more information from Emma on?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah,
For
absolutely.
Okay.
We'll try anything on it.
Well, so, Kate, then is to receive and consider the Forest District Council local plan information and agree any changes, the response to be submitted.
So previously we discussed our response and then the revised documentations come out. So I don't know if you want to change what we were going to submit, which was simply town councillors consider the local plan options. Councillors believe there is limited impact on Cinderford due to the statutory forest and request prioritising redevelopment on the Emerald Heart and listed sites for the first opportunity.
Which is what I said earlier, isn't it?
Yeah, so we still want to send that.
So you want to keep that the same?
Yeah.
Because it don't affect Centre for a lot, this, because we'd be surrounded by statutory forests, which we wouldn't have any other way, would we? But, you know, I mean, it's the big development that's in the area and whatever, you know, and they got a bit of a view in whatever, but it don't affect anything in a great degree, but I think if we reiterate that then derelict fact that it might be, you never know, we might spark something, do it, but you never know. So you want me to carry on and leave it as it is, or what's your wishes?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
happy? Do you want to vote on it, or just happy to just endorse it and get back? All right, thanks for that. Right then, so that was Kay. Back to 10, Nora Les, for the update from the estates manager, and the first one is the Wesley.
The Wesley, I'm delighted to say that the new heating has been installed, the new fire alarm has been installed, the kitchen has also now been finished, all the toilets are finished, we're nearly there. So all of the work, the major work, has hopefully been done, she says, touching everything. We do still have a small way to go, but good progress is being made.
Anybody got any questions or comments for this? On that one?
Well done.
Well done, Les. There's always our success there, isn't it? That's a great spot for us. Thank you for the hard work on that one. Bees at Clockworks at 6 Market Street.
So close, so very, very close. I thought you'd cracked it last Friday until we needed an extra plug. So we're not quite there. We need an extra socket, but so very, very close. This close.
Looks good, so the window looks good in for sure. Nice to see that train over Sinford again.
We're going to have fireworks as well, Chip. Oh,
Yeah.
please. After all the effort that's gone into it, surely. Please.
I can remember the lads who used to go to the town hall and turn the hands on the clock. Somebody coming in the drain pipe, falling down. They wouldn't name names, but they got their harness. It's there you go. C, we own the house.
Again, we own a house. We're nearly at the end of our project. I've recently asked all tenants to supply PAT test certificates for the items that are in their offices. I've done the same here as well. I gave until the 22nd of August for all of those PAT test certificates or invoices to be with me. There are a few I need to chase, but the majority are in.
Thank you very much. And D is other properties.
Other properties we can come on to after this meeting. I do have an update for you for another site.
Item E then is approved works contractors for the secondary glazing and flooring in the West, at the West.
With your kind permission, I went back to contractors as to install secondary glazing to all of the windows in the building was in excess of £116,000. So what we did was we had a thermal heat survey on the windows just to see which were the ones that needed the attention first. And those are the 4 windows either side, so 8 windows in total. The quotes have come back in from 4 companies that were invited to once again submit their quotes, and they range from £18,552.98 to £39,570. My concern with the lowest one is that they have not attended site. So it was quoted to us using photographs. The most expensive one is from a local company. So once again, what I'd like to do, just as a final point, just to make sure that we are getting good value for money and we are doing what is expected of us, is to go back to the company that has provided the lowest quote to ensure that they will guarantee that when they, and if they are given the contract to attend site to do the job. It is still in the same materials as the other companies that have quoted, but I am concerned initially that at £18,552 it is considerably lower. And I would just like reassurances.
And that would still be financed under the grant anyway? Yeah. So you'll come back.
May I have a
Yes,
permission?
you happy for this to come back on? Yeah, are you happy? Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
thanks, Les, thanks for that.
And the other element that you brought up, Graham, was the flooring at the Wesley. Now, we contacted a number of companies, only 2 have come out to have a look at the floor and for our needs. Those 2 quotes have come in at £6,350 and £8,400. The quotes are comparative. They do cross-reference very well. And with your permissions, what I would like to do is to go back to the company that has quoted £6,350 to instruct for the works to be done.
Are they local firm?
Yes.
Mark?
No, I suppose we do.
Proposed by Mark, seconded by Graham. All those in favour, please show. Are there any against? Any abstentions?
And just as confirmation for you, for our funds from the Levelling Up Fund of £761,000, we have remaining £24,322.53. And we are on track to finish ahead of the other areas that received Levelling Up funds. We are also going to be finishing on budget with no need to ask for any further money or to submit any further funds ourselves.
Marvellous.
Excellent.
Excellent job. No thanks to Paul Ward, but thank you very much for the hard work you put in and did a marvellous job. What other areas haven't even started their projects?
You got something to show for it, haven't you?
That's right.
Very much so.
Thank you very much. Item 12 then is finance, has to agree a cut for payment as per the list circulated prior to the meeting. So are we happy to agree that one?
Yeah, so that's £11,112.90.
Do we need a proposal second? Yeah. So is there a proposal on that?
Yes.
Proposed by Joy, seconded. Carol, all those in favour, please show. Any against? Any abstentions? That's carried. Thank you. The next one is to note any urgent payments already made for ratification including debit card payments.
Yeah, so we haven't met since July, so if I take the July to August payments first, so that's £66,771.25, and July payroll was £14,778.67, and then expenditure for the 12th of August to the 8th of September, which was yesterday, that was £35,251.93. And payroll for August was £14,466.63. Approve that.
Are we happy to note that? Yeah. C then is to receive and discuss the latest financial reports, income and expenditure, income receipts, budget versus spend, earmark reserves, balance sheets, bank statements, budget review, earmark reserves, variance, bank reconciliation from the 31st of September 2025, month 4, 31st to the 8th, 2025, month 5.
Yes, we've got 2 lots of detailed packs in the folder, with all those reports in. Tim's done a check today, so I don't know if anybody's got any questions.
Question on any of that one? No? Happy to receive it?
And then if on the report it says about finance, that if we could discuss those at the next Estates and Finance Committee.
Okay. And G then is to receive the monthly internal control checklist and RFO update.
Yeah, so Tim's done 2 reports today, and there's copies in the folders, and there's no issues raised.
You receive that? Okay. E then is to receive and discuss the Estates and Finance Committee's quarterly internal audit check on the July 2025 report.
Yeah, so Jeremy and Darian came in, and they did their committee check, and there's a committee report in the folder for you, and there's no issues raised.
Happy to receive that? Yeah. Okay. F is to note the Cindy Fest 2025 income and expenditure and agree a format for Cindy Fest 2026 event.
Yeah, so income from the event came in at £3,651.62. Expenditure was £25,000 £25,195.02. That's we've got the band and security to go on that. So it's to discuss really in detail whether we want to do a large event or keep it the same as past events.
It was my opinion, it was a one-off special event, and I believe next year we should go back to the August bank holiday as normal, and how it was before. That's my opinion. Because it was a lot of money, and a lot of money. A lot of money. So,
I support that.
Well, as you said, we've done something special, because it was a unique thing for the town and the heights they've reached. So it was good to do it. I totally agree with what I said. So, did you prepare a proposal? Is there a second for that? Seconded by Tim. Anyone else want to make any comments at all? Or questions for anyone? Ben?
I think it's a good thing to keep something as special as that. Or when we've got something special to do, we just keep that.
It's right to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do agree with that. So all those in favour, please show. Against? Any abstentions? Thanks for your hard work, Mark. So you did feel sorry for you. Getting a bit dizzy now, isn't it? So, G, to review book logo usage and bookable rate. That's at the top there.
We last time we discussed this, we discussed it in September. No actual bookings.
I don't know.
No, so we'll just leave it as is.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because they've been on holiday, haven't they, to see something.
Yeah, well, I suppose, yeah.
And it's been too hot anyway, hasn't it?
Well, yeah, you would go out there on the sun and days, wouldn't you? So what you want us to do, just leave it and see how it goes. Happy with all, I'll be happy with that, yeah. Right, then, H is to receive and note income and expenditure reports 2024-25 to the Steamers Recreation Trust, Forest Fitness Centre Trust, the Children's Playground, noting grants from Centre for Town Council to cover expenditure and agree to cover expenditure in 25-26.
So the accounts for the three trusts are in your folder. You have previously approved them and they have been submitted to the Charity Commission. And they just need to come to this committee for you to note, because simply the Town Council donates money to the trust and to operate. So it's for you to know what you've previously given and also future reviewing what you'll be giving in 25-26.
So what's your wishes for, you agree with and then what's your wishes for 2026?
I just propose we carry on as we have. We've got to do that. So that's it.
So make a proposition on that.
Yeah. Propose we
Give
carry on.
her a second. Carol. All those in favour, please show. Any against? Any abstentions? It's carried. Super. Right. Item number 13 then is compliance. And that's to authorise the signing on behalf of Centre for Town Council for the lease to the VAF for the Zocken Road building.
Yeah, so the document was previously signed by Graham and by Matt when he was councillor. Landry Street have now come back to us to say that they want it signed by two officers. So that'll be myself and I suggest Anne. And then we'll get that signed by the solicitor. So it's exactly the same document as what you signed with that two before, it just needs different signatures.
Happy with that, you go ahead?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, everyone all right?
Propose that and
Do
second.
you want to vote on it?
I propose we do.
Proposed by Mark, seconded by Dan. All those in favour, please show.
Could you vote on
Okay, yeah, all right. Any against, any abstentions? That's carried. All right, wait, that's been long coming, hasn't it? Right, item B then is to appoint the clerk as data protection officer.
So,
Do we need one? Sure.
so previously you've done this role, but you obviously need to minute it formally in minutes, so.
Yeah.
I propose we do.
Proposed by Mark, is there a seconder? Seconded by Dan, all those in favour, please show. Any against? Any abstentions? No, it's carried. Thank you. For data protection, I said. And also have this Sabre rule. To receive and note the data audit report and assertion 10 action plan.
So this is getting ready for our next audit at the end of this financial year. One of our requirements is that we do a data audit. So reports in the folder, and there's also an action plan to make sure that we're compliant with that.
Happy to receive that?
Yeah.
Right. D is to review and approve the personnel committee membership.
Yeah, so this is to appoint Emma, recognising the skills of having employee members from the personnel committee.
Is there a proposal? Is that, yeah, proposed Mark, seconded by somebody? Then, all those in favour, please show.
That's carried.
Over there, no problem. 14, we want to 14, item 14 is audit. That's to note the conclusion of the annual audit for the year ending 31st of March 2025 and receive the external audit report and notice of conclusion.
Yeah, so the reports in the folder, and we've got cleaning in here, which is good news.
Are we happy? Super. Item 15 then is planning. The list is attached. Is it just two on the bottom end at the end? Yeah.
I think it was 2.
Two of the bottom, two of the bottom. Three.
So first one is installation of a drop curb at 45 Latimer Road.
Well,
You have that? Haven't we had that before?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
What's wrong with that?
Come back in again.
I
So
think we support.
What's wrong with this drop curb?
I thought I went to it, no,
It's a lot of attention, no?
The next one is 1 Hayward Road, which is the erection of a 2-storey rear extension with associated works and demolition of the existing single-storey rear extension.
What should we shoot? What do you would
One Hayward Road.
the back of the side, yeah?
Which side of the road is that?
It's Hallelujah Tongue, the little lane.
Yeah,
Back
there's
there.
some there.
Yeah.
I don't know what Hallelujah Tongue is, but the Salvation Army used to sing on Friday night. That's what they call it, Hallelujah Tongue, wasn't it?
Should be more.
I don't think
Yeah.
any objection.
We ought to have a blue plaque put on there. Dear, oh dear. Can I have it? Is that
Well,
right?
just,
Yeah.
well,
Well, they used to sing this song, it's not really, they used to sing on Friday night.
Is that no objections?
Any objections, no objections?
The next one is 79D Victoria Street, which is the erection of a single-storey side and rear extension with associated works and demolition of the existing extension.
So those on the right hand side will do the Forest Vale, for Victoria Vale, off Victoria Street. Don't you say government down? That's it, no.
Yeah. No objections.
no objections?
Everyone happy, no objections, yeah?
Since we last met in July, there's been a number of planning applications which councillors have commented via email
Yeah.
and all the responses.
Oh, there's in there on that. She's in it, and the responses.
Add those to the minutes.
Super. Right, so everyone happy with that? So item 17 then is the date of next meeting, which is the 14th of October, 6 p.m.
Item 16 to do.
Oh, yes, item 16. Oh, I better that one.
Good try.
Item 16 is to consider approving and adopting the following policies: internal control policy, B, email contact privacy policy, freedom of information policy, D, IT policy, E, bring your own device policy, F, publication scheme, G, retention and disposal policy, H, retention and disposal list of documents.
So some of these documents we approved in May, but I've really reviewed
propose we adopt them.
It's been proposed by Mark, is there a seconder? Seconded by Jake, all those in favour, please show. Any against?
I urge councillors to read Bring Your Own Device policy. I thought that one was quite interesting because we sometimes have put them on our phone, but it was quite interesting about the need for passwords and things because of security. So anyone who uses their own, it's worth really looking at that.
Yeah. So no